Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our online auction of 22 Paterson Crescent in Greensborough here this evening. My name's Ashley Crowell and I'll be your auctioneer. And assisting me behind the scenes today, I have Max, Darren, Michael, and the rest of the team at Darren Jones Real Estate. On behalf of Darren Jones Real Estate and our vendor Kim, who's at home watching this evening, we'd like to wish all our registered bidders the very best for their bidding here this evening. Now, the procedure I'll be using, I'll first summarise the contract before mentioning a few words about the property, then I'll be asking for your bidding. Now, the contracts we are using are the standard auction contracts that have been available on the Anywhere Auctions website, so I won't read through them in their entirety, but I will draw the attention to a few of the more pertinent points. The contract show we at Darren Jones Real Estate of 94 Greensborough Street, Greensborough, have been entrusted to sell the property known as situated at 22 Paterson Crescent in Greensborough here this evening. Now, terms for today's sale are quite simple. For the successful purchaser, upon signing the digital contract, to provide a 10% deposit and the balance anywhere from 30 to 90 days' time, at which point they'll take over the lease on the property. Now, there is a lease on the property that is until the 13th of June next year, and it currently rents for $2,173 per month. The chattels made with the property today are all the fixed floor coverings, light fittings and window furnishings as inspected. Now, attached to our contract is the most important documentation, which is the vendor statement, which has a copy of the title, which shows our land size here of approximately 640 square metres. So, fantastic size allotment. The vendor statement also shows the property zoned in a neighbourhood residential zone under the Bengal Planning Scheme, and the rates payable to the Bengal City Council of $1,561.28 per annum. Now, if you are buying the property today on behalf of a proprietary limited company or in the name of a family trust, there's also a guarantee form you'll need to fill out and sign. Now, attached to our contract are the rules of conduct for bidding at an auction, and if you'll bear with me, they read as follows. The auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and conditions that have been available on the Anywhere Auctions website. The vendors have a reserve price, and as auctioneer, I will indicate bidders on request. I will announce the amount by which a bidding can be advanced, and the law prohibits the making of false bids. The rules permit vendor bids, so if I do take a bid on behalf of the vendor, I will announce it is a vendor bid. Once made, no bid can be rejected, and the vendor reserves the right to refuse any bid or withdraw the property any time without declaring the reserve price. And finally, if there's any dispute concerning any of the bidding, I'll resume the auction at the last undisputed bid. So that's the documentation, ladies and gentlemen. A very simple contract which provides for a 10% deposit, the balance anywhere from 30 to 90 days, at which point you'll take over the lease. If I could quickly say a few words about the property before I ask for your bidding here today. Look, it's a home that's drawn an enormous amount of interest during the course of our auction campaign. We've had a number of one-on-one inspections, and why shouldn't a home of this quality in this location is always going to be sought after. And as I'm sure everyone's aware watching this evening, locations, everything here, highly sought after, close to all the local facilities. Train station just down the end of the street there on Para Road, got the bus there also. Walking distance to the Greensborough Plaza, the ever-popular Watermark facility. All our cafes and restaurants locally here, all about to open up hopefully at the end of this week as restrictions easing, all within walking distance. If you're looking at the home to perhaps carry it on as an investment or move into it at a later stage, schools close at hand. We're zoned in here for the Bright Hill Primary School and also the Montmorency Secondary College. Just behind the property, got the walking track along the Plenty River there also. Around the corner, if you like to get out and be a bit more enthusiastic, got the Willinda Park Athletics tracks. You can go down there and time your laps if you like. So it's got everything you'd be looking for in a highly sought after location. The home itself internally, well, look, it's been beautifully presented for sale here today. We've got 3 good sized bedrooms, the master with the walk-in robe and ensuite, the main family bathroom, good sized lounge room, well appointed kitchen and dining room. We've got the polished timber floors, ducted heating, split system on the cooling, got that adjoining sunroom or family room or kids playroom depending on your needs. The undercover deck entertaining area outside also. Underneath, we've got the laundry and the 3rd toilet, so the home comes with 3 toilets. Double carport at the front of the home, plenty of off-street parking, and of course that beautiful backyard, perfect for the kids to run around. So that's a home, ladies and gentlemen. Enough from me. I'll put it to you now. Who'd like to start me off for an opening bid for 22 Paterson Crescent? In your hands, got Maximo here, he's on the line, ready to take your bids. Where do we start? Who's going to take me for an opening bid? Plenty of our registered bidders here. You can start somewhere at the bottom of the range if you like. Who'd like to start me off? Ed from 870, you're welcome to you, Ed, at 870 now, and I'll take a rise at 10 from there. Ed holds a bid now at 870, looking for a rise at 10. 870 is a bid for 22 Paterson Crescent, looking for a rise at 10 now. 870 here. At 870, one of you and anyone else, welcome at 870 now with Ed. At 870, looking for a rise at 10. At 870 now, give everyone a moment to bid. Yes. Dave now at 880, and welcome to you, Dave at 880 against you. At 880 now with you, Dave, looking for a rise at 10 to 890 at 880,000 to bid at 880. Ed now back in at 890 at 890 with Ed against you, Dave, if you like, at 890 now with Ed. Take me to 9 now, Dave, if you like, or any of our other registered bidders. At 890,000 now with Ed. At 890 is the bid. Plenty of our registered bidders here online. I'll give everyone a moment. At 890,000 now. I must make it clear too, ladies and gentlemen, if you do bid, we do pass the property in. Our underbidder will have first right of negotiation with the bidder. Dave now back in at 900 against you, Ed, if you like, at 900 now with Dave. Two of you and anyone else welcome at 900,000 a bid. At 900,000 now with Dave. Invite you back in for another 10, Ed, if you like. At 900,000. 910 from Ed. 910 from Ed now. Dave, 20, can I say it? 910 with Ed. Two of you in it at 910,000 with Ed. It's a bid. At 910,000, I'm fairly bid for 22 Paterson Crescent. At 910. Emily, new bidding now at 920, and welcome to you, Emily, now at 920. 920, three of us in it. Emily holds a bid at 920, another 10 if you like. At 920,000 to bid with Emily. Who'll advance me another 10 at 920,000. Emily holds a bid. At 930 back in now, Ed. Ed now at 930. At 930 now with Ed. Three of you in it at 930,000 now with Ed. Think of where we are, what it has to offer. 2 bathrooms. 2 living zones. 3 toilets. Highly sought after pocket of Greensborough. We're at 930,000. We're looking for a rise at 10 now. At 930 is the bid. At 930, I'll call it 3 times. At 930,000 now. For the first call, at 930,000. Give everyone a moment here. Emily now 940. At Emily now at 940. Take a rise at 10 from there. Emily holds a bid now at 940. He'll advance me another 10 to 950. Emily holding the bid now at 940, looking for a rise at 10 at 940,000's a bid. 940 now with Emily looking for a rise at 10. At 940 now. At 940 for the first call. At 940,000. Emily's holding the bid now at 940,000. For the second call. Ed at 941. Ed, you know what? I'll work with you, make it 5 if you like. We're at 940 with Emily. I can see here Ed's tried with 1, work with me, Ed, give me 5 if I can. At 940 now, I'll take 5. Dave now at 945. Offer you the same courtesy there too, Emily. 945 now with Dave. Ed, if you like, 2 at 945,000 with Dave, holding the bid at 945,000. For 22 Paterson Crescent with Dave now at 945. At 945's a bid, another 5, can I say? At 945 now. At 945. Ed now at 950,000. And I must make it clear too, ladies and gentlemen, we are on the market. We won't be referring back into the owner. We are playing the keeps. So we're waiting to bid. Now's the time. We're on the market selling at 950,000. Ed holds a bid at 950 now. At 950. At 950 now with Ed. Ed now at 950. You take advance on that if you like. Emily now at 955. Emily back in at 955 against you. Ed, Emily now at 955. At 955's the bid. 955 the bid for 22 Paterson Crescent at 955. At 955 now. At 955,000's a bid. Must make the Dave back in now at 960. Dave now at 960 at 960,000. At 960 with Dave now. At 960, invite you back in for another 5 or 10 even better. At 960 now with Dave. And Dave's holding the lead now at 960,000. At 960 now. At 960,000. For the first call. At 960,000 with Dave. Must make it clear, as I said, ladies and gentlemen, it cannot take a late bid. If you're waiting to bid, now's the time. Bid with Dave at 960,000. We're on the market, we're selling. Josh, new bidding at 965, and welcome to you, Josh, at 965 now. New bidding with Josh at 965. 965 for 22 Paterson Crescent with Josh at 965 now. 965's the bid. At 965, I'll take 5 from there if you like. At 965. At 965 with Josh now. At 965. At 965 for the first call. At 965,000 with Josh. Give everyone a moment. At 965 now. For the second call for 22 Paterson Crescent. At 965 with Josh. Emily now at 970, 970, Josh another 5, can I say it? Emily now at 970 and Josh another 5 if you like. Emily's got the bid at 970 now. At 970 with Emily. Against you, Josh now. Josh back in now at 975, 975 with Josh. 975 with Josh. At 975 is a bid for 22 Paterson Crescent at 975 with Josh now at 975. Emily back another 5, can I say, at 975. Axel, and welcome to you, new bidding Axel at 980,000. Axel, new bidding at 980,000 now. At 980 is the bid. 980 is the bid with Axel at 980 now. Josh back in now at 985 against you, Axel. Josh now at 985. Another 5, can I say, Axel? At 985 with Josh. Round me to a million if you like. At 985 now with Josh, with the bid. At 985,000's a bid with Josh. At 985 now. I'll call it 3 times. At 985,000 now. For the first call, at 985,000. For the second call, at 900. Emily now back at 990, and Emily now at 990. Bids with Emily at 990, another 5 if you like, at 990,000 with Emily. At 990,000's a bid for 22. Josh back now at 995. Rounding to 1 if you like. At 995 with Josh, holding the bid on the market, selling at 995 now. At 995. Another 5 if you like, rounding to the million at 995. A million with Emily now, round million there if you like with Emily. Emily holding the bid at $1 million now. At $1 million's a bid with Emily, take advance on that. 20's good, I'll take a 10, I'll even take a 5. Bids with Emily now at $1 million. Give everyone a moment. At $1 million, Emily holds the bid at 20. Josh now at $1.5 million. $1.5 million with Josh against you, Emily, if you like. At $1.5 million now with Josh, invite you back in at $1.10 million. At $1.5 million with Josh now, $1.10 million, Emily, if you like. At $1.5 million with Josh. At $1.5 million on the market, selling with Josh. At $1.5 million. For the first call, at $1,005,000. Location's everything with a property like this, ladies and gentlemen. Walking distance to everything Greensborough has to offer. Hard to find a home of this quality, in this locality, at this price. Great buying at that. We're at $1.5 million. We're on the market, selling. $1.10 million now with Emily. $1.10 million back with Emily now. And $1.10 million with Emily. $1.10 million I have. I'll take a rise at 10 or 5 if you like at $1.10 million now. At $1.10 million with Emily. $1.10 million now. At $1,010,000. I'll call $1,015,000 now with Josh. Welcome back to you, Josh, at $1,015,000. And Emily, can I say? At $1,015,000 with Josh against you, Emily. At $1,015,000 now. At $1,015,000's a bid with Josh. I'll take a rise of 5 if you like. At $1,015,000 now with Josh. Emily, can I say another 5? Max is on the line. He's ready to take your bid. At $1,015,000 now. At $1,015,000. I'll call it 3 times. At $1,015,000. $1,018,000 with Emily. $1,018,000 now with Emily. Josh, $1,020,000 if you like. $1,018,000 with Emily. 20 and make it nice and easy. Round it up if you like. $1,018,000's a bid with Emily now. Looking for a rise on that. At $1,018,000's a bid. $1,018,000 with Emily on the market selling. Josh, inviting you back in. Josh, $1,025,000 strong bidding. That's what we like to see in strong bidding buys real estate. $1,025,000 now with Josh. At $1,025,000 with Josh against you, Emily. $1,025,000 now with Josh. At $1,025,000 I have. At $1,025,000. Plenty of our registered bidders here. Now's the time. Fortune favours the brave. At $1,025,000. At $1,025,000 now. Emily back in at $1,030,000 now against you, Josh and Emily now at $1,030,000, at $1,030,000 with Emily. At $1,030,000 with Emily now, and Josh, can I say? At $1,030,000 with Emily. We're here. We're on the market. We're selling at $1,030,000. Josh back at $1,035,000 with Josh now. Emily, 40, can I say? $1,035,000 with Josh. Emily, another 5 if you like. At $1,035,000 now with Josh. At $1,035,000. At $1,035,000. Emily back in at $1,040,000 now. Emily now at $1,040,000. Another 5 if you like, Josh. $1,040,000 with Emily. Another 5, can I say? $1,040,000 now with Emily. Josh, another 5 if you like. $1,040,000 now. Emily holding the bid at $1,040,000. We're on the market. We're selling at $1,040,000 now. At $1,040,000. $1,042,500 from Josh. At $1,042,500 with Josh now against you, Emily. Round me to $145,000 if you like. At $1,042,500 then. $42,500. Thanks, Max. At $1,042,500 with who's the bid from, Max? Emily now at $1,045,000 with Emily. Emily now at $1,045,000. At $1,045,000 with you, Emily, against you, Josh. At $1,045,000 now. At $1,045,000 with Emily. You can. $1,047,500 with Josh now. At $1,047,500 with Josh. $1,050,000 if you like, Emily. $1,047,500 with Josh. Round me to $1,050,000 if you like, Emily. At $1,050,000 with Emily now. At $1,050,000 with Emily. Another 2.5, Josh, if you like. At $1,050,000 now with Emily against you, Josh. At $1,050,000 now. At $1,050,000 is the bid. $1,052,500 with Josh. $1,052,500 with Josh now. $1,055,000 if you like, Emily. $1,052,500 with Josh against you, Emily now. $1,052,500 bids with Josh. Gets you, Emily, and any of our other bidders, as I mentioned. Now's the time to get involved. Emily now at $1,055,000. Josh, 57.5 if you like it. $1,055,000 with Emily. At $1,055,000 now. Bids with Emily at $1,055,000. $1,055,000. We're on the market selling. Can't take late bids. Now's the time. At $1,055,000 with Emily. $1,055,000. Give you a moment here, Josh. At $1,055,000 now. At $1,055,000. I'll call it 3 times. At $1,055,000. Josh back now at $1,057,500 and Emily $1,060,000 if you like. Josh at $1,057,500, $1,060,000, Emily, can I say? Emily now at $1,060,000 against you, Josh. Emily now at $1,060,000, another 2.5 if you like. At $1,060,000 with Emily. Bids with Emily at $1,060,000 now. $1,060,000 for 22 Paterson Crescent. At $1,060,000 now, another 2.5, Josh, if you like. At $1,060,000 now. It's a great night. We've got nowhere else to be. Got plenty of time. We're at $1,060,000. Emily holds the bid. At $1,060,000 now, Josh, invite you back in for another 2.5 if you like. At $1,060,000 now. At $1,060,000. For the first call, at $1,060,000 with Emily now. For the second call, at $1,060,000 with Emily now. Are we done? Finished? Silent? At $1,060,000 now. Bids with Emily. Invite you back in, Josh, at another 2.5 if you like. Or any of our other bidders. At $1,060,000 now with Emily. We're here. We're selling. Giving everyone a moment down the camera here. Don't want to miss anyone. If you're waiting to bid, now's the time. Bids with Emily at $1,060,000. I'll even take a 1 at this point, Josh, if that helps. 1,000 might be the bid that secures it. We're at $1,060,000. We're definitely selling. We're on the market. Bids with Emily at $1,060,000. 3 bedrooms to 2 bathrooms, 2 living zones, good land holdings, car accommodation. It's got everything you want. At $1,060,000 now with Emily. Do I see any further bidding anywhere? Giving everyone an ample opportunity here. Well, I think there, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to sell the property at $1,060,000 now. I'll call it a further 3 times at $1,060,000 now. Going once at $1,060,000 twice. Emily's holding the bid now at $1,060,000 for the third and final call. Do I hear any further bidding anywhere at $1,060,000? Give me an ample time. We are selling. Axel at $1,061,000. You have left that to the last minute, the last second. That was almost down, Axel, but welcome back into you at $1,061,000. At $1,061,000, I'm guessing Emily's not too happy at the moment, but I'll invite you back in now, Emily. $1,062,000, and that's how you do it, Emily. $1,062,000 now with Emily. Axel, $1,063,000 if you like. $1,062,000 with Emily. Gets you Axel and Josh as well. At $1,062,000 now with Emily. $1,062,000 is the bid. At $1,062,000 now. $1,062,000 on the market selling. Emily's here at $1,062,000 now. At $1,062,000. At $1,062,000 for the first call. At $1,062,000. For the second call at $1,062,000. Are we done? Finished. Silent. At $1,062,000 with Emily now. The bid. Axel now at $1,065,000, and Axel's back in at $1,065,000, and Emily, if you like, and Axel now at $1,065,000. $1,065,000 with Axel gets you, Emily, at $1,065,000 now with you, Axel. At $1,065,000. Emily, invite you back in if you like, $1,070,000. Emily, $1,066,000 from Emily now against you, Axel. $1,066,000 with you, Emily. At $1,066,000 now. $1,066,000, another one if you like, Axel. At $1,066,000 with Emily. Bids here with Emily at $1,066,000. Coming back again, Axel, another one if you like. At $1,066,000. At $1,066,000 now. First call at $1,066,000. Second call at $1,066,000. Done. Finished. Silent at $1,066,000 for the third. At $1,069,000. Axel, you're making me work for it, but that's okay. At $1,069,000 now with Axel. Gets you, Emily, if you like it. At $1,069,000 now with Axel. At $1,069,000 is the bid. Gets you, Emily, at $1,069,000 now with Axel. Emily, $1,070,000. $1,070,000 gets you, Axel. Emily holding the bid at $1,070,000 now. $1,070,000 for 22 Paterson Crescent on the market, selling at $1,070,000. Invite you back in now, Axel. Now's the time. $1,070,000 with Emily. That bid's here at $1,070,000 now. $1,070,000. Inviting you back in, Axel. It's hard because I can't see it, but I'm guessing you're going to make me do the 1, 2, 3, but that's okay. $1,070,000 now with Emily. Another one, Axel, if you like. At $1,070,000 now. $1,070,000. Bids with Emily. At $1,070,000. For the first call at $1,070,000. For the second call at $1,070,000. For the third and final call at $1,070,000. Giving everyone an opportunity here. Axel, invite you back in if you like. At $1,070,000 now. Bids with Emily at $1,070,000. As I said, once I knock the property down, I cannot take a late bid, so if you're waiting to bid, now's the time. At $1,070,000 now with Emily. Give our buyers here a chance. At $1,070,000. We're definitely selling. Up from Axel at $1,072,000. At $1,072,000, Axel, and welcome back. At $1,072,000, Emily, if you like. At $1,072,000 with Axel. At $1,072,000 now. 75 if you like, Emily. At $1,072,000 with Axel. At $1,072,000 now. At $1,072,000 is the bid. At $1,072,000 now. $1,072,000. First call at $1,072,000 with Axel. For the second call at $1,072,000. Invite you back in now, Emily, if you like. Emily now at $1,075,000. Emily back in at $1,075,000. Against you, Axel, at $1,075,000 now with Emily. At $1,075,000. At $1,075,000, I had to take a rise on that. With $1,080,000 if you like, Axel. At $1,075,000 with Emily. Beats you with Emily at $1,075,000. $1,075,000. Coming back in, Axel. At $1,075,000 now. You're probably comfy there sitting on the lounge room. That's okay. At $1,075,000 is a bid with Emily. Beats here now at $1,075,000. At $1,075,000. For the first call at $1,075,000 with Emily. For the second call at $1,075,000. You're coming back in, Axel, at $1,075,000 now. For the third and final call at $1,075,000, bids with Emily. Inviting you back in now at $1,075,000. Can't take a late bid. If you're waiting to bid, now's the time. At $1,075,000, bids with Emily. You're coming back in, Axel. Any of our other registered bidders here at $1,075,000. Once I knock the property down, it will be sold. We're at $1,075,000, Axel. Bids with Emily at $1,075,000. Well, I think we're there, ladies and gentlemen, at $1,075,000. Going once. $1,075,000. Twice. $1,075,000 for the third and final call. Bids with Emily. We are going, sold. Congratulations to Emily. Congratulations to our underbidder. Congratulations to Kim, our owner. Thanks for everyone for their attendance. If you have any questions about the real estate market, please contact myself or any other team at Darren Jones Real Estate. Have a great evening and stay safe. Cheers.